What's up YouTube, it's Shaddoll fan here bringing you a quick deck profile of Shaddolls. With that said, let's just jump right into it and get into the deck profile. So this is really basic, just pure Shaddolls. We're playing two Wendy, amazing card. It kind of is the new actual core of the deck. In addition, we have two Ariel. Same thing, have good synergy with Wendy. At the end of the video, I'll show you a couple of OTKs, or the only OTK for the most part that you generally come across in. Two Squamata. Squamata is really good. Gets the deck going. Two Falco, because eventually you're going to realize that you're going to need another Falco in your deck. Depending if you open up with it, sometimes you kind of want another one, so that second option is always good, and that makes the deck a little bit more reliable to play with. The one-ofs, the Hedgehog, the Dragon, the one Beast, that basically runs out the Shaddoll lineup. More supporters, we have Triple Mathematician, basically the best resource you can get as a normal summon. Basically just sends anything you want for the most part, that gives you more of an opening chance to have a good combo play. In addition, we have two Trick Clown to go with your combo plays and to have synergy with two Damage Juggler. And then of course the one Hat Tricker, that rounds up the performance lineup. For the hand traps, I'm not sure how the meta is going to perform right now. I'm just going back and forth with things that are actually winning for me. So one DD Crow, one Ash Blossom, one Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre, because it's a light, you can actually go off Construct with it, and DD Crow for the dark type to go into Winda. So that's the monster lineup. We're going to go into the spells. So 3 Shaddoll Fusion, mandatory. I mean, you can't really go more than that, or less than that. 3 All Shaddoll Fusion, in my opinion, everybody's going to say this, it's kind of like the best fusion card you want to start with. It gives you more like consistency to open up Winda, because if you open up Winda, I mean, you kind of control the game for the most part. Triple Call the Grave to give you more consistency in basically getting negations into disruption plays from your opponent. 2 Chalice, because we're trying to play budget here, and 2 Chalice is still being used, very underrated, really good card, even going second. Double or Nothing, I'm not sure yet. This card's really good. I might put it in the side deck just to squeak out those wins, but it's still test in progress. I really like it so far. 1 Reborn, 1 Super Poly. I think 1 is correct for the moment. We're still not sure about the meta game right now. 1 Cosmic Cyclone, because you don't want to get locked out with Buster. 1 Foolish Burial. 1 Incarnation. 2, I saw it too often. I know it's a really good card going first or second, but 1 is just the right amount for me. And then 1 Shaddoll Core, because of course all Shaddoll players have to play Shaddoll Core, so it's really good. Get you resources, get your Winda game going for the most part. So that's the actual lineup at 40. So with that said, I'm just going to go into the extra deck. So extra deck, we're playing 2 Construct, of course, 2 Winda, 1 App. 1 App because for those plays or those hands that you open up kind of awkward, he kind of fixes your hand for the most part. So it's really good to have him just in case. The 1 Grista, the 1 Shakinaga, the 1 Fusion Dragon for OTK plays with Super Poly. It's really good. The 1 Boros Sword Dragon, of course, for OTKs. Cross Sheep, Shaddoll Construct. People are cutting this for some reason, but it's still good. Like I mentioned, it kind of fixes your hands for those awkward hands, or fixes your combo plays for those awkward hands for the most part. Gravity Controller as well. The Utopia package for Double or Nothing. Abyss Dweller. So that's basically it. I mean, for the most part, I'll show you the most common like OTK combo, and then give you like another option for budget players. For those of you that don't know what other options there are for Boros Sword or Appaloosa for the most part. So let me just show you really quick. Obviously going second combo with Shaddoll Fusion. Let's say you open up with so 4 random cards in your opening hand, and then 5 random cards in your opening hand, and then of course Shaddoll Fusion going second against an opponent that already has an extra deck monster. So you use Shaddoll Fusion. You send, of course, you send your damage juggler to grave, and your windy, sorry, windy, already thinking ahead. Okay, for the most part, you're gonna send those two. Shaddoll fusion in graveyard, that's in graveyard. You're gonna summon your construct. Summon construct. So whatever way you want to build your chain links, it doesn't matter. 1, 2 or 1, 2 doesn't. So we're gonna do windy, do that. And of course, for a construct, we're always sending incarnation. Wendy, we're gonna summon Ariel. If you want to do Ariel face down, and then effect damage juggler. Search out your trick clown. Trick clown add to hand. Normal summon trick clown. You're gonna link for that. We're gonna link into cross sheep over here. You'll get it eventually. We'll switch to zones. The construct will add a fusion. People forget about construct. You need, it is optional, but don't resources matter in the game, so always add back to hand with construct. A trick clown, adding this back to the field because it was normal summon. All right, and then we're gonna activate incarnation, banish to target, to special, the construct to the link. So we're gonna do chain link 1, chain link 2. We're gonna send. Don't forget to send again for construct. People forget about that once you start getting that. So target Wendy. For construct, it depends if you want a resource for next turn. I would dump the beast just to get your draw off of, just in case. You already have 5 cards, 6, and then another card. Just for another follow play for some reason if you get stopped in your actual game right now. So here we're gonna overlay for the Utopia package. We're gonna send a grave to add the double or nothing to hand. And then here it kind of basically matters, or it doesn't matter, whatever you want to do, but most players just go for the link 4 play, which is obviously the Boral Sword. But if you want another budget option, there is an actual really good card as well that's a link 4 that does put a lot of damage on the board. And it's this card right here, Link Mail Archfiend. So for the most part, it requires kind of the same materials as Boral Sword Dragon, but the actual thing is you have to have a fusion as well as your materials. And for the most part, what I just did, those are the actual materials. So you need to have a fusion in order to meet the actual conditions. If you guys don't know what it is, it's really kind of crazy overpowered for such a budget card. If you guys have time to look at it, feel free to look at it. But it's really powerful. It makes your opponents lose attack all their monsters, and it doesn't target. And it's basically a good card. I would look into it for those budget players. So with that said, you can just go into your Utopia, and then whatever, like if you attack and then negate it, and then you do double or nothing, and then do that. That's a lot of damage on board for not having a Boral Sword as well. So with that said, Shaddoll's pretty straightforward. It's a combo deck, but the only way you lose is because you don't know like those Shaddoll combos that are not the most usually common ones used. So I would just keep practicing with those like opening hands where you don't have a light monster. There are other combos you can do. There's a lot of resources on YouTube you can look up. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Keep it 8,000, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.